Hey y'all, today on the farm we're going to be working on some peanuts. First thing we got going on is going to be spreading some land plaster on the peanuts. And the reason we do that is so that they will develop properly, completely fill out the shells. This is not, land plaster is not exactly the same thing as lime. We're not trying to alter the pH of the soil. We're trying to aid into the development of the nuts. So we typically will spread it right at about the time the peanuts bloom or shortly after they bloom, because a bloom pins down and becomes a nut, and so that's when it needs the land plaster. That's the opportune time to do it. If you look out here, we are just starting to bloom, so it is time to spread the land plaster here. While the land plaster is being spread, I'm also going to be spraying. We're going to get my second fungicide spray, and I'm going to do a herbicide spray after we get done with the fungicide. I got to spray all the peanuts today with fungicide, and I got to come back on one field and hit it with a herbicide. Hiring out the process of spreading the land plaster on the peanuts, because my fertilizer spreader sits a little low to the ground and it doesn't spin fast enough. This land plaster is really heavy, so it needs spinners that spin at a higher rate of speed to throw it, and it actually needs to be a little higher off the ground than mine is to get it to throw the right distance. The fertilizer spreader you see me using previous videos it's not strong enough to throw that heavy land plaster the distance it needs to throw, or at the rate it needs to throw. They can't throw enough of it when making a pass. You wouldn't be able to get the gate open big enough on the back to spread enough of it. So I've hired the process out, and he can do it much, much better than I can. How fast can you spread this, what miles per hour?
I like to run around 14, 15 miles per hour.
How many acres can you do in a day like that? If you were set up one location, you had to move.
We can run close to 400 acres.
That's a good day.
Yeah, especially if the rate's a little lighter.
Yeah.
750, 800 pounds. You can get some stuff done. Get over 22 acres of load.
Yeah.
At 1,000 pounds to the rate acre. That's what we're doing right here, 1,000 pounds.
I noticed you're driving. Are you using a light bar up there on the hood?
Yep, I am. That's exactly what I'm doing.
So instead of clicking on a GPS and letting it auto steer, he's looking at his little lights up there on the hood, and it tells him bump it to the left or bump it to the right. You can drive at a faster rate of speed than auto steer will do it if you use a light bar.
Yeah, I don't trust that auto steer when you get up around over 10 miles an hour.
I don't trust it above 6. That little spray rig I got on the tractor, I got a little tractor with a 24-row boom sprayer on it. It won't steer that. I use it as a reference, but I hold the wheel and drive.
Right.
Shouldn't be no deer antlers in that. I done been all through it every which way.
I was wondering. I picked up
26 in this field last year.
Holy shit.
Yeah, 26. It was all grass and clover though, so that's what they go to.
You didn't get no tire, did you?
I heard of putting up a little fence in a V and putting corn inside that V, and so when they come there and stick their head in there, the antlers get caught in that V. I've tried it, but I've not had any luck with it. I focus on that February food source.
I ain't never thought about that.
Yeah. What about?
I'll skirt up through this little wash right here.
If you pick up a deer antler on one of these tires, what's one of these running?
Like $2,400.
$2,400.
That's put on, but
that's why we pick up all the deer antlers out here. $2,400 every time you run over one. Peanuts have to be sprayed with a fungicide every 2 weeks, all season long. So if you know a peanut farmer, they're mixing chemicals and spraying peanuts all summer. If you got a lot of acres of peanuts, let's say the average size peanut farm in South Georgia, you will never finish spraying. By the time you have sprayed all the crop and got to the end, it's already time to start back over from where you started. So you just spray all summer. The amount of acres I have working by myself, I can spray all my peanuts in 2 days, day and a half, just depends on what's going on. We've done a lot today. It's already, I think 6 o'clock. Let's see. Yeah, 6 o'clock on Friday. We're just starting to spray peanuts, but I'll spray on into the night tonight, and I'll get up in the morning and spray again on Saturday. Maybe we'll get it all licked on Saturday. But we gotta put out a fungicide today and a little bit of herbicide. And little lesson for those of y'all who didn't believe your teachers in high school when they were teaching you gallons and ounces and quarts and pints. I'll never need this. If you're gonna farm, you're gonna need that, son, because I don't do nothing but conversions in ounces and gallons and pints and quarts all day long when we're spraying, all day. This is the 3rd trip this season spraying this peanut field, and the first 2 trips I found pretty cool airheads on both trips. I'm hoping to keep the streak alive. I was just coming right here to set up for a shot of the sprayer passing by, and when I bent down to set the tripod up, what we got? Looks like it broke. Oh well. We're just getting started though, got plenty more opportunities. Hopefully we can keep the streak alive, find one for the 3rd trip in a row. Only traveling 6 miles an hour out here. That's pretty slow by a lot of people's spray standards. However, I got a little bit of uneven ground out here, and so I'm having to constantly monitor my boom height and keep my booms off the ground. And if I'm traveling fast, if I'm traveling 8 miles an hour out here, 9 miles an hour, some of these washes and bumps and all may cause my booms to slam into the ground and may break a tip off or lose a tip, or could cause all sorts of problems. So in this particular field at least, it's better to travel at a slower rate of 6 miles an hour because of the unevenness of the ground. These are the 12Y variety of peanuts. I planted these on May the 12th, and this is a particularly red clay portion of the field. So see, these nuts look good out here on this red clay. You can grow some peanuts in some red clay. You may have a hard time digging them up, but you can dang sure grow them in some red clay. This is the same variety, planted the same day in the same field, but this portion of the field is sandier. See how much smaller the vines are. This portion of the field is also irrigated, as where the previous portion where the vines are really super thick and big is not irrigated. The pivot comes around and goes right up to the back of that house, and it can't hit that high corner where the red clay is, and the vines are bigger there than anywhere in the field because the red clay will hold the water it does get. As for this sand, even though we put more water on it, the water will fall right through this sand. It doesn't stay there very long, and so these peanuts aren't nearly as big. Much easier to grow the peanuts in the red clay, but when it gets time to dig them, these are going to come out of the ground nice and easy, and those are going to be a problem. These are 06G variety. They were planted 2 weeks after the other variety, the 12Ys, but we will harvest these sooner because it is a shorter season crop. This is about a 130-day peanut, whereas the other peanut is a 150-day crop. So we planted the other one first, we'll harvest it last. This is where we'll begin harvesting in the fall. Well, that's gonna do it for tonight. I'm gonna shut it down and get ready to do it all again tomorrow. But I thank all of y'all for watching. I hope to see you next time.